I think I'll do this one with just a different little bit of a twist, okay, Alex?
Again, like a different accent?
Oh, hi there. Welcome to Deep Cuts, the game. Like something like that? No?
Nope.
Like kind of like a friendly giant? Like, come on in, kind of? No?
Don't do that.
All right, well, hello and welcome to Deep Cuts, the game. The movie trivia podcast where I give my three contestants three different movies and they try to come up with the most random, obscure, or minor actors they can think of from those films. The deeper the cut, the more points they get. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me as always, the guy who is not only dazed, he's also confused, Alex Young. Welcome to the show, Alex. It's topical because Nicky Cat just passed away last week and he was in Dazed and Confused.
Which does feel like you and I were talking about this earlier in the week. I think maybe we're cursed.
Yeah.
Because we mentioned Nicky Cat pretty heavily. He passed. We'd also mentioned Gene Hackman. And
we did essentially a Gene Hackman episode, like literally 2 days before him and his wife got whatever that thing is that they got. So
whatever that thing is they got.
Who is it this week?
We can never. I'm gonna like text you a list of people we can't mention, like beloved character actress Margot Martindale. Like we cannot talk about her.
How's it going? What's going on? What's up?
Not much, Jeff. It's our 1 year anniversary, and you did nothing for me.
Well, I am the man in this relationship, so therefore...
Where's my traditional paper gift? I'll take that folding money.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think of it until like this morning. And I was like, I know we started recording the show like March, but we didn't launch them until April 17th or something like that. Today's April 16th. So it's literally our 1 year anniversary from our very first episode.
And you did nothing. This is what it's like to be Sandy. Disappointed.
Yeah. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do?
This. I'm just going to complain here. That's it. End of list.
So is that what you brought for me today? You brought the 1 year anniversary?
I brought you something 3% better. Which is, I'm sure you heard last week that the Academy is finally doing a stunt category.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you mentioned that to me, and I was supposed to think of something.
That's okay.
I don't know if I did.
Because I think it's shitty. Like, first of all, I think it's awesome that they're doing it. I think that should have been a category for ages.
Sure.
But I think it sucks that it starts the year after all the Mission movies are done. It almost feels like that was intentional. They're like, listen, we just have to give it to Tom every year. So why don't we just wait until he's done? Then we'll bring in the franchise.
Yeah.
Because that
anytime you're like, there's a launch of that movie and it's like, here's just the biggest stunt we did. Like, we're going to show you a trailer of just the biggest stunt. We don't care that it's giving away the best part of the movie. We know you're going to come back and watch this again because it's so good.
Yeah, we're going to drive a dirt bike off a huge ramp and then skydive from that. Or like strap him to the side of a plane or make helmets so we can do halo jumps and film it. And like, meanwhile, people are like, what? I crashed a car. That was pretty cool too. You're like, well, yeah, but this dude broke his ankle jumping between buildings.
The Fall Guy had not as good as stunts, and it was about a stunt man.
Yeah,
it also.
So I think it sucks. I think it sucks that they're like, we'll wait for the franchise to end, and then
did the Fall Guy movie have the Fall Guy song in it, Alex?
Dude, I don't know. How old do you think I am? I don't know what that song is.
I know exactly how old you are. I'm just you can't know music that wasn't from like the year you were born. Like,
no,
other
music
music
out
from the
before
70s.
89. It doesn't exist.
Right. Well, Lee Majors sang it for the TV show, and I think they should have brought him back to do.
I mean, he's in the movie.
It's not good enough. They should have had the song.
Oh, okay. I'll let them know.
And tell that I've been seen with Farrah. Right.
We can't afford that, man. Don't sing it so well. They're gonna bill us.
All right. Well, next time I'll do Linda Lavin doing Alice, and that will be good.
I don't know what the words are you're saying, man. I was gonna say, and then I did 10 seconds of research before we started. But I'm like, for the first of these like inaugural stunt Oscars, they should give one to Jackie Chan. But they've already given him an honorary Academy Award in 2016. So I guess good job.
And it wasn't for his acting in The Tuxedo?
I assume that it was.
Okay.
He's great in that movie. He and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Alex, we have, because it's our 1 year anniversary, and not actually because it's our 1 year anniversary, I think it just worked out nicely.
Why did you roll it back?
Whatever. Because people would have called me on it immediately. Because on our first episode, one of our guests tonight was on that episode. And it was really just a last minute, I needed a body. Jesus. So I reached out to our number one fan and one of our best players, Sam Barry. Sam, welcome to the show.
Wait, I just want to know, was I a last minute for the first one or this one or both? Because definitely for
No,
this.
for this one. For this one. The first one,
Okay.
you were like, we didn't know anyone, Sam. So you were like,
Yeah.
you know, at the top of the pile of people we knew that we wanted to play the game with.
Thank
Now you're just like our favorite sub because you've literally said, like, I'm just waiting for you to call. So, so I
And
called.
what happened? When-
Yeah, you answered and you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, are you free? I'm like, let me check. Yeah, I'm free. I'm
Like, is it a day of the week? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sam,
Exactly.
do you got any good stunt work that you would nominate for an Academy Award? You know, all time, anytime?
Actual stunt work, like not me falling downstairs, because that is something I'm great at.
Yeah.
But nobody's given me any awards for that. I would say, I don't know if it's really stunt work, but, and I know you're also going to make fun of me because I'm calling back to episode 1. Singing in the Rain, when Donald O'Connor does his stunts, when he does the dancing stunts and he does the backflip and everything. That was pretty cool. I like a lot of movies that have a lot of stunts in them, but I am happy to hear that they are going to include that category, because I feel like that's something that definitely should have been on the list long ago. And it's nice.
Yeah, I think I mentioned to Alex when you kind of talked to me about this early in the week. It'll be interesting to see the weight between, say, like a Tom Cruise like jumping a motorcycle off a cliff to like a fight choreography from John Wick kind of thing.
A good
like,
point.
Right.
Which one carries more weight? Like, the John Wick movies don't exist without that fighting, so therefore it's like the most important thing in it. But you know, does anyone watch an Mission Impossible movie if Tom Cruise isn't doing those crazy stunts?
Right. Yeah, I guess the other thing is too is like, can you consider John Wick stuff to be almost choreography as well, because it has to be so thought out. I don't know. That's a tricky category, but I'm definitely interested to see what they end up using.
Well, if they come and ask me, I'll let them know what I think.
And to answer your question, Jeff, the answer is yes, because the Mission movies are great, and the first one has almost no stunts in it, and that movie still rules. The end.
You also like Armageddon, so
I too like Armageddon, and I listened to the last episode. By the way, the Aerosmith ride is going to now be Muppets themed.
Oh, that's way less
good. Could be even better. No, better. So much better. It's going to be, I think, like Electric Mayhem and like Dr. T and stuff. Could be cool.
We have someone else with us, and he was not a last minute addition.
Else.
He was someone we actively went after, but he's been with us before. He's never won.
What?
But
Jesus.
No, I'm just he's played. I think you played twice with us in season 1. His name is yes, Darren Oliver. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I am doing well. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're good. Now you said you had nothing to promote, because much like me, you are currently unemployed. I'm assuming, unless in the past month or so you found a job and didn't tell me and also recruit me for that job.
Well, okay. So because of that last thing, I'm gonna say you're right.
Okay. Fair enough. But you did mention that your wife is starting her own YouTube channel.
Yes.
Which, sorry, I don't have it in front of me. What's it going to be called, Darren?
Well, we moved out of the city a couple of years ago, and we have a 5-acre piece of land. And my wife has created a YouTube channel called Little Farm Big Dreams, and she's just basically showing you what she's been going through, setting up for gardening. We have chickens. She does some cooking. We happen to be a celiac household. My daughter and my wife both have celiac. So we tend to, I like to cook, so I just simply cook. I don't think about gluten-free. I think about cooking so that my celiac family can eat it. And so we just kind of, she's making food, she's baking, she's telling you about her experience up here. We just had a massive ice storm. We did a small video about the ice storm, and they're just snapshots. They're little snapshots of moments that if it entices people or if anyone's interested, check it out. She's adorable. She's got a bit of a track record with being on television, and she does well. She's very personable. I think she's adorable, funny, and captivating. So give it a try. Little Farm Big Dreams. It's on YouTube.
Now, Darren, what animal will you be playing on the farm? I'm just curious.
Husband.
Okay. Because with that mane of hair you have going now, I was like, you could be
Right.
like a very
Right.
pretty horse, on the farm kind of thing.
I'm sort of more blurry in the distance Sasquatch. I'm sort of like that's kind of the role I'm playing right now.
Yeah, perfect.
Which reminds me of early on, before John C. Reilly like really got started in his career. There's this story that kind of became legend in like the alt comedy of like the early 90s and stuff, where he would dress in a Sasquatch costume and go around like Van Nuys and Silver Lake and other places in California and try not to be seen.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That is objectively so clever. Also,
amazing.
what an insane thing to do.
Like, what a lot of work to do to not get, like, just sitting in the woods wearing a big, heavy Sasquatch costume.
Hiding behind trees and stuff, avoiding people.
Peeking out. Someone sees you, you have to run from them.
Great.
Yeah, awesome.
That makes me love him even more. I'm so pleased to know that piece of information.
Well, are we okay to play a game of Deep Cuts? Because no one's really got anything to promote other than Darren's wife's work. I mean, and her channel, little farm, big
dreams.
I
Yes,
can't wait.
thank you.
I'm gonna check it out.
I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget it later on.
I did.
And as we know, I've been a long time fan, so I'm ready. Ever since the Tansy and Roosevelt era, I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing we do here on Deep Cuts the Game is I think of a movie and my contestants try to figure out what movie that is I'm thinking of, usually without any hints or things. Sometimes I do. Today I'm not. Alex Young, what movie am I thinking of?
Well, you did mention that you hate Armageddon because you're incorrect. So are you thinking of the movie Deep Impact?
I am not. Those were like sister movies, right? Like they came out like within like a
Volcano
year.
and Dante's Peak came out at the same time.
I think I liked Deep Impact better.
Listen,
because
you don't
it's
have to
not
be right all the time. It's okay.
Stupid. Darren Oliver, what movie do you think I'm thinking of?
I have no reason to think of any movie, so I'm just gonna say Boyhood.
Boyhood, the Linklater film with
Yes.
Okay. It's not that. Sam, what movie am I thinking of?
I thought Darren was going to take mine, and that would have shocked me greatly. But I'm going to say The Boiler Room.
Ooh, it's not that either. Is Nicky Cat in any of the movies you guys mentioned? Just curious.
I don't think
Boiler Room.
He's in The Boiler Room? Well, you're closest, Sam, because it's The Burbs, which Nicky Cat is at the party with Corey Feldman.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with Sam with Boiler Room first. Would you like to go first, second, or third, Sam?
I'm going to take second, please, and thank
Second
you.
for Sam. Boyhood or Deep Impact. I got to say Darren's closer with Boyhood. Sure. So Darren, would you like to go first or third?
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
Love that confidence, Darren.
Strong. I feel
I
it.
know. I listen to the show, and I know that some people think certain things are important, but for me, it's how many times do I have to not know something in a row? And at least off the top, I only have to not know something.
Not know something one time? Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
That's better.
It's embarrassing to go first.
And I will say this. So we had originally had another guest scheduled, like Sam had to step in, and they had suggested a bunch of their favorite movies, and I was going to work from that list and use one of their movies. So I had that list all ready to go. That person's not here, and I didn't think anyone else would do particularly well with that movie. That movie was The Last Action Hero. So I wasn't
thank
sure.
God.
I've never
So I pushed it. So
Wonderful.
the three movies tonight, there's not really a theme, unfortunately, because it was kind of a last minute change. So from 2006, Little Miss Sunshine. From 1990, this is the movie that got subbed in, Total Recall.
Oh boy.
And then from 1987, because all three movies were going to start with an L, because it was going to be Little Miss Sunshine, Last Action Hero, and from 1987, Lethal Weapon. So while you think about those three movies and who may have been in them, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Movie buffs and collectors, this one's for you. MoviePosters.com offers an incredible selection of posters for every taste, from obscure indies to your blockbuster favorites.
Want a poster for The Longest Yard, the good one, or the Adam Sandler one?
They've got both.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka, or just Wonka?
They have all options in a variety of sizes.
Go to MoviePosters.com and use the promo code DEEPCUTS15 to get 15% off your next order.
I'm not going to say that I think that some of your guests are on the spectrum, but when you guys watch movies, you watch movies in a way that I don't. I am clearly off any spectrum, no matter what you want to call it. I can't hold names. I think of things and I'm like, oh, that's somebody. And then I stop and just watch the movie.
That was such a humble brag. I'm not on the spectrum.
Yeah,
I can't remember names like you guys.
I am not on anything. Like, there's nothing that I'm on. I would love to have something special about me, guys. I've got nothing.
If it makes you feel any better, I know who is the main actor in Total Recall, and that is it. So,
Yeah, same.
so just don't feel bad. This is going to
Colin
be...
Farrell.
We are back. Our guests look flummoxed. Feels like the right word for this one.
That
Like,
is a good word.
there's definitely some thinking going on. We've got 3 movies: Little Miss Sunshine from 2006, the original Total Recall from 1990, written by Philip K. Dick, which I kind of forgot that he wrote
I
that.
didn't know that.
And then from 1987, the classic Lethal Weapon. So, Darren, you elected to go first.
Right. I did.
So, what is your deepest deep cut?
Okay. All right. I will say, okay. So, Little Miss Sunshine, I do consider that a movie that I enjoy. I've shared that with my kids in the past. And the thing that got me in Little Miss Sunshine was one of my favorite scenes in it is Hank from Breaking Bad plays a cop who discovers like the porn mag in the back of the. Anyway, I love Hank from Breaking Bad, and his name's Dean something.
Yep, that's good enough. It's Dean Norris, so he's worth 12 points for Little Miss Sunshine.
Whoa,
but did you know that he's also in Total Recall?
Yes. No,
Where he's worth an
Wow.
additional 12 points. He's one of the mutants on Mars, and he's got like the half face covering. You wouldn't even recognize him.
Oh, okay.
Because I believe he's also in Starship Troopers, which is another Verhoeven film. So I think he's worked with Verhoeven quite a bit. So Dean Norris puts you on the board, Darren, for 24 points, which I think... No,
That
it's
is
not
a
your
record.
most. It's not your most points ever, because I think one time you put up 40. Like you put up a 40.
Did
but
I?
like one time you also put up 23 for a whole game. So 24 is very good. It's a very good start. Dean Norris as the cop in Little Miss Sunshine, and a mutant on Mars in Total Recall.
And let's be clear, I got 12 points for an unrecognizable character, which really fits my way of playing.
I think you'll go back and you'll be like, oh, I recognize like his physique, but his face is unrecognizable because he's got that very stocky Dean Norris look to him.
You think I'm watching a movie and going, hey, that's Dean Norris's gait.
Look at that stocky build guy.
I really don't
Dude,
think
I love
watch
Breaking
movies
Bad
like that.
so much. I can recognize everyone's step patterns.
Sam Barry, you're up. What's your first deep cut? And is it a doubleheader like Darren's is? Because there's one left. There's one person who's in 2 movies.
I don't even know if it's male or female, so that should tell you that I don't know.
Okay.
And I can almost be certain that it's probably not the star of Little Miss Sunshine, because I don't even think they were born.
I'm sure Little Miss Sunshine wasn't born yet, but I think the stars of Little Miss Sunshine were definitely
Some of them,
born.
yes.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
Were you born, Sam?
I was born when all of these movies came out.
Then yeah, I think the other people are older than you, so I think
that's not going to help me here at all, though, is what I'm trying to tell you. I do have a question, and feel free to say I'm not telling you. because I know
First
Lethal
guess,
Weapon-
we're already with the questions. Okay.
yeah, this is not good. I'm going to tell you right now. I know Lethal Weapon like 2 and 3 a little better than the first one.
We're
I'll
not
say
split.
the two stars from those movies also were in the first one. But if
Yeah.
you're thinking of
Anybody
some,
else?
some of the other people,
Mm,
like,
not in it.
hey, he's not
Not
there.
it. Okay,
Mm.
good.
Okay. And
Noted.
there's, yeah.
Leaving it. Leaving it behind. That's
Okay. So what is your other deep cut then, Sam?
it. It's not deep at all. Alan
Okay.
Arkin, Little Miss Sunshine.
I mean, he's
I
not
wrote him
one of
down.
he's a star, but I wouldn't say he's one of the top 3 stars in that film, so it's not bad. Alan Arkin is worth 4 points, Sam. 4 points.
You know what? That's 2 more than I thought. So that's
Famously
great.
is the choreographer for Little Miss Sunshine's Dance, and also likes taking heroin, if I'm not mistaken.
Does he? I don't remember that in that movie.
That is how he dies.
Oh,
He dies?
yeah. This is
Yes.
news to me.
He overdoses,
Oh, no, it's
and then they don't know what to do with the body, so they take it with them because it's going to cost like $3,000 to have it shipped.
Yeah.
So they just have it in the back of the van the whole
Like
time.
National Lampoon.
Yeah, they like put him in a
Vacation?
chair on the roof.
Yeah, but they don't leave him on a road or like at someone's front door with a blanket on him. They
Yeah,
take
'cause
him back
that's crazy.
home.
Yeah.
But yes, they do travel across state lines, I believe, with a corpse in there.
And they
their
throw him out a
Volkswagen van.
window. They throw him out a window too to get him out.
I have not seen this movie in like 15 years.
It's
I
very
remember
good.
none of this.
It's very good. It's fun
Uh,
watching
I
it with your
haven't
kids.
seen this movie based on
Yeah.
what you just said. And I'm pretty sure I have seen this movie.
Sam thought we were doing So I Married an Axe Murderer and just went for Alan Arkin because that was a deep cut. Alex,
Lucky.
what is your first and second deep cuts?
I'll tell you, Jeff, I'm going to give you my first and only deep cut because everyone else is surface thin. But if I remember correctly, and we know that I don't always do that, but I'm pretty sure Beth Grant is in Little Miss Sunshine.
Alex, I already wrote her name down for you because I was
Great.
like, she was your
She
deep
was
cut
my-
Hall of Fame nomination last week when we played. So Beth Grant is kind of like in charge of the Little Miss
pageant?
Sunshine pageant.
Yep.
And is kind of not a big fan of the dance that someone is doing. So Beth Grant
Right.
for 10 points.
Great.
What else? Okay, so because I'm bad at this game, what else has she been in? Because I was
Beth
racking
Grant
my
is in
brain.
Donnie Darko.
She really
She
questions
is-
your dedication to Sparkle Motion.
She's in that new Kevin Bacon series, The Bondsman. She plays his mom.
She's in Speed. She's the one that gets blown up on the
She
stair
tries to
of the
sneak
bus
off
and
the
goes under
bus. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah,
Beth
yeah,
Grant.
Beth Grant.
She's been in like a bunch of TV too, right?
She's in a
Like,
million.
Yeah, she's Dwight's
Okay.
girlfriend in the Office episode where they go to the dinner
okay,
party.
I couldn't remember if she was in Parks and Rec or the point is she's so recognizable, but I can't remember her name. So
Yeah,
I never
yeah, and
would've
that's
got
why
it.
she is
a
a
deep cuts.
she's a deep cut Hall of Fame nominee because
Yeah.
she's that person you recognize her immediately, don't know her name, but she's in so many things. Alex, it's a good deep cut. What's your second?
Less deep, probably on par with Sam's, but like another member of that family is Paul Dano.
It is Paul Dano for the same amount of points as Alan Arkin. 4
Great.
points.
I'll take
Paul
it.
Dano, not nearly as known at the time of filming this, and I think he's got like black hair kind of thing. Like he's
Yeah.
kind of unrecognizable. I think this is right after he did The Girl Next Door.
Because he's one of the friends in that
He's
one, right?
he's one of the friends. I believe his nickname is Tripod
Yes.
because
And then
he
it's like it's like 4 years later he will do
Alex, let
3
him
years later?
finish. Let him finish.
Girl next door.
Door. You haven't seen The Girl Next Door, Sam? With Alicia
I'm going to
Cuthbert,
now.
Timothy Oliphant,
Oh,
and
yes.
what's Emil Hirsch
Emil
is
Hirsch.
the star of it.
Yes, I've
And
seen
his-
that, but
His next door neighbor is a former porn star, and then
yeah.
I can't even remember what else is happening in that film.
That's the whole
Anyways.
thing, is he just has a
Yeah.
crush on her, basically.
It's pretty good, and yeah, Timothy Oliphant. He's always fun to watch.
Who I thought was Johnny Knoxville. Even watching the movie, and I'm like, oh, Johnny Knoxville's in this movie. Like, it's him.
Mhm.
It's not. It's a different movie.
No. Sam Barry, you had Alan Arkin for your first deep cut. What's your second?
I don't even want to go to guessing, so I think I should just take like a 1-pointer right now. This is where I'm at. Because I'm not even sure in my mind. I think I am misremembering Little Miss Sunshine with a Wes Anderson movie and also maybe Lucky Number 11. Like I think I'm merging
So all
of
very
those.
different movies.
Yes, absolutely. Oh no, is it Lucky? What's the one with Craig the Bond guy? What's his name? This is how bad it's
Daniel
getting.
Craig,
Daniel
Layer
Daniel
Cake.
Craig. Is he in something called like Lucky?
He's in Layer Cake.
Oh,
He's in
Lucky Logan.
Lucky.
Yeah,
Logan
Logan
Lucky,
Lucky.
yeah.
it's Logan Lucky Logan that I
Yeah,
am
that's
for
not
some
that.
reason
That's a very different movie.
totally different, but these movies have merged in my mind. That's where I'm at. So
I want to see that movie. I want to
Mhm.
see
I'm
Logan
intrigued.
Lucky. That is also a dance competition for
Yeah.
a small child.
because I seem to remember that they are singing like "Country Roads Take Me Home" in that movie, and unless that's a totally different movie that I
I mean,
can't-
I could see Daniel Craig as Joe Bang singing "Country Roads" in a bar in that movie for sure.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Whatever movie or Fever Dream, I don't know. Maybe who's to say? Anyways, Lethal Weapon.
I can't wait to
Probably
see what
worth
this
this-
is going to be.
I almost want to take a guess because with Lethal Weapon, I also can't remember if it's Bad Boys or if it's Lethal Weapon. So
Oh,
that's
amazing.
where I'm at. I'm just gonna say Danny Glover.
Okay, you're on the right track. That is,
He is in Lethal Weapon. That's right.
Well, I
He is.
hope so.
he is worth 1 point. Though,
I figured
so.
he's worth the same as the other guy that
Yeah.
I definitely know is in it. For sure.
But that's okay. It's a point. It's
it's
1
not a
point.
0 yet.
No. Darren Oliver, you get your second and your third deep cuts. You're in the lead right now. You're killing it. So what else you got?
Well, this is going to be really stupid because I did watch this movie with my girls and I really had my own things popping out. And because Hank was in it, Bryan Cranston is in this movie. He plays
is.
the library. He plays the book.
I think he's
agent
like Les
publishing.
Grossman or something. His name's Grossman. That's his big.
Yeah. So those
Bryan
two,
Cranston. Yeah,
those two are my deepest cut from that movie. Those
that's solid. He's 8 points, so it's a
Damn.
good deep cut.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie.
And now
Now what's your third, Darren? Listen, you've got a good lead. You've seen
Oh,
what
yeah.
these other two are bringing to the table. You could play it safe and just put points on the board, and also take those points away from them.
Yeah, we got
Those
nothing
zero.
up our sleeves, guys.
Like Sam's literally giving us Danny Glover with her second pick.
Yeah,
Her
it's
next
could
guess
literally
might be
take-
Australian.
Yeah,
Hey.
and a racist Australian could be her next one.
Yeah.
You could take that away from her.
may or may not be an alcoholic. We're not talking.
Yeah. So what's your third deep cut, Darren?
well, she took Paul Dano and Alan Arkin. No. Who took Alex? Took Paul Dano? No.
No, she got
Yeah,
Alan Arkin
yeah.
and Alex got Paul Dano. Yes.
Yes. So those two are gone. I know if I'm assuming Greg Kinnear. Let's just go with Greg Kinnear.
Yep. He's worth more points than some other person.
Is it worth 2 points?
He's worth
Gotta
three.
be three.
He's 3
Okay.
points. He's 3 points.
All right.
So hey, man, like you said, now they can't say that, and I don't know what else they've got up their sleeves, Darren. So it might be the smart place to just keep taking away those for sure points,
The ones I know.
because they need to actually play bigger if they want to catch you at this.
Which
point.
we
So
will
Sam,
not be.
I cannot.
So Sam Barry, what is your third deep cut?
Now that he said Greg Kinnear, I don't think my next guess is right.
She's like, I don't know what movie this is now. Is it Ghost World? Like she's just really
I can
confused with.
I can see the van, but then I'm like, is this guy have a sweatband on his head, or is that's a Wes Anderson movie?
That's a
for
Wes Anderson
sure.
movie. That's
For,
Tenenbaums.
for sure.
But there's someone wearing there is sweatbands involved in Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes, but aren't they like wrist sweatbands and like the main sweatband
Yeah, maybe.
person?
I don't think
want me
that's going to help you.
It helped. I know who that person is, but I can't imagine that person's more than 1 point either. So, unless maybe I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna say Abigail Breslin.
Yep, she wears sweatbands. She's
Yeah.
always she's working out. She loves eating pancakes a la mode.
Yeah,
Darren,
she's
right?
adorable.
Yeah, and you took
Yep.
a name off my list.
A la mode,
Sorry.
as she calls it. Abigail Breslin for 3 points.
Ooh, I'll take that. Yes.
Alex Young, what's your third deep cut.
So, this is the last one I have for Lethal Weapon that isn't a star, but is probably like third build. Give me Gary Busey.
Gary Busey is what is his
The
name
villain?
in that movie? He's the villain's hired
Henchman. He's like the
killer.
main henchman.
Yes.
They like fight in the sprinklers on the lawn at the end, right?
Yeah.
And they hold a lighter over his arm early on.
Yeah,
like,
when
look
he's
how
in a
tough he is.
bar.
That's
Oh,
fucking
what is his
crazy.
name? Crap, what is his name?
Smith or something?
It's not Smith. It's
Gary Busey.
I'm just so
As
glad I didn't
himself.
guess him. Because I would have said Nick Nolte for him. This is how bad it is.
That's fair. That's a fair guess, though.
Joshua. That's his name.
Oh, that's creepier for sure.
It is. Yeah, Joshua's a nice, creepy name. So yeah, well done, Alex. He's not a ton of points. He's 3. He's 3 points.
Great. I'll take it.
He's not on the poster, but it was a pretty big deal that Gary Busey was playing the villain in that movie. So at the halfway point,
Oh God.
Sam
You're winning,
has
dude. Why are you stressed?
Yeah.
Sam has 8 points.
8 points.
Alex has 17.
Hmm.
And Darren Oliver has 35.
Holy shit.
Let's
Darren,
just
you-
pack
you
it
were-
in and go eat.
Doubling them up. Well done. Alex, what? Go ahead, Darren.
I was just gonna say that my target is 40 for the game. I just want to say that I don't know that I can get 40 for the game.
I think 40 gets you the win. Like if you can do it.
Hey, man, believe in yourself. 42.
Yeah. I think go for 45 even. They're not taking points
All
away
right,
from
well,
you.
let's not be unfucking reasonable.
Well, they're not taking points away. You can only get a 0. You can't get negative points.
That's true.
I'm
That's
about
true.
to test that theory.
Yeah.
All right, Alex. Go big or go home, buddy. What's your 4th deep cut?
So you had said that Beerhoven reuses some actors.
Mhm.
So absolute shot in the dark only because he's in Starship Troopers.
Yes.
Michael Ironside in Total Recall?
Yeah, he's like one of the main villains.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, he's like Michael Ironside. Yeah, he's kind of the main villain in that movie.
Great.
So yeah, it's great that you got it, but also great because he's the main villain, so he's not worth a ton of.
That's
points.
okay. I thought it was going to be a 0.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's worth 5. 5 points.
Oh,
for
that's
Michael
huge.
Ironside.
That's better than anything.
Holy
I've said.
shit.
I mean, because a lot of people don't know who Michael Ironside is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they just don't. But yes, he is kind of the main villain. So yeah, 5 points for Michael Ironside. Sam Barry, what's your 4th deep cut?
The voice actor who plays John Smith in Pocahontas.
Yeah, I do know that one, and I'm saving that.
Okay.
that deep
Keep that
cut.
one in your back pocket.
I'm just wondering if I take a shot in the dark, but I also don't love like taking a shot in the dark. And Jeff's like, "Yeah, that guy is the star of this movie," and so
Well,
it's
I
like-
mean,
You just did that
Yeah.
to me. It sucks.
I know I watched it and I don't like it, so I'd rather
listen,
just.
if you say any of the remaining stars of these films and are surprised by it, then yes, you deserve to be mocked.
Agreed, but as we can
Like
see,
at least Michael Ironside is kind of an unknown-ish actor, but the other 1, 2, like 4 people, they're pretty big stars
yeah,
in these 3 films. So
I hope Michael
what-
Ironside listens to this episode. He's like, you know what? Fuck that guy.
and is like, I want to be a guest just to be a jerk.
He erases the email that he almost finished. Like, dear Jeff, I'd be interested in beginning. He's like,
Nah. to help promote BlackBerry or something like that. Like, no, he's okay, Sam, what do you got?
All right, I'm gonna say Arnold Schwarzenegger for Total Recall.
Well, at least don't pretend you're not sure he's in the film.
No,
Like,
I
don't
knew
give me
he was
that
in it. It's
complete shot in the dark.
no. The
Arnold
complete shot in the
Schwarzenegger?
dark. The complete shot in the dark. I'm leaving for later, hoping someone else says it and that I don't look like a fool.
All right,
I
yes,
knew
he's-
this one. This one I
he's-
knew. Obviously,
You knew that one. Okay, good, because he's worth 1 point. So
Yes.
obviously he's worth 1 point. Darren Oliver, you've seen what these people have done. You've got your 4th and your 5th deep cut. They're starting to take away the stars of these films, Darren. So
Right. I'm just
Do
trying
you-
to fill. I'm just trying to fill up the bus, Jeff.
Okay.
I'm just trying to fill up the bus. I'm gonna go Steve Carell.
he's worth 1.
Oh,
oh thank God,
and then I'm gonna
Sam,
go.
were you not sure he was in that film?
I was not sure, and I didn't.
Oh my God.
I will tell you, I absolutely forgot he was in it. You said Steve Carell. I'm like, in what movie?
In Little Miss Sunshine, he's
When
just-
I'm filling up the bus. I'm just filling
yeah,
up
he's
the
a
bus.
former professor who's tried to commit suicide and has to come live with
100%
his.
forgot he was in that movie.
He's got like his wrist bandaged the whole
But he's
film.
Nah,
Like,
you're thinking of
here,
Luke
I'm like-
Wilson and Tenenbaums.
See?
The headbands.
But
The
I-
headbands.
But I also thought when you said Greg Kinnear, I was like, so it's not Steve Carell because I
Same.
had that written down,
Yeah.
and I was like,
No,
abandon it. Don't.
he's his brother-in-law. They're brother-in-laws.
What is this, Dan in real life?
Yeah. Jesus.
That one I could do. Dane.
Darren, what's your fifth deep cut?
I'm Tony Collette.
Son of a bitch, Darren.
See, look what you're doing, Darren. They've got nothing left now. Tony Collette for 2 points.
I'm strategically moving single digits off the board.
Yeah.
I
You
love
might
it.
not get to 40 at this point if you keep doing this. But Tony Collette for 2. And once again, taking valuable points away from the people trying to catch you. Though they're not going to catch you with Tony Collette. Like, that's not
No.
going to do it for them.
No, I'm
Sam-
forcing them to work harder. I am forcing them to dig deep.
Yeah, you're forcing them to make guesses, which will be funny because I think they're both, maybe except for one name, they are out of for sure people. Right? You've only got one person left on both your lists
I know
that you know for
characters.
sure is in this movie. Other than that, you don't know, do you?
I know characters, but I don't even know what else they're in. But I
Okay.
could tell you like lines from movies, and like that's not helpful here.
That doesn't
in
count.
this
No,
summer.
it's not
No,
what the game
not
is.
at all. It's not the
So,
game at all.
Sam, you're currently at 9 points,
And Alex is at
22.
so even collectively we can't beat him, even if we Wonder
No,
Twins.
but there
it.
is one person who somehow, if you knew who they were, that is in 2 movies that would thrust you.
Yes, and you
to
never
the
said
lead.
if they were male or female. Or
I'll tell you, it's a female, but it's still not going to help you.
Ooh,
And her
I'm
name
so
rhymes
tempted.
with
I'm so tempted to guess.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, Sam, you have 9 points. Go for it.
You have nothing to lose.
Well, I have 1 point to lose. We all know that 1 point that one of us. could
That's
get.
true. True,
And you're
you-
trying to
yeah,
talk me out of it, Alex.
you may want to do it now because
Yeah.
Alex is going to do 2 picks, and he's probably going to do one of them.
Jeff, it
Yeah.
is our anniversary. Be cool.
I was part of the first one, so
That's
it's sort
true.
of my pseudo anniversary. You're welcome. It's
Thanks.
a throuple. It's happening. Shoehorning myself into this. I'm gonna say Mel Gibson.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, give me that double digits.
So Mel Gibson for 1 point, obviously.
Yeah.
Alex, what is your 5th deep cut?
Well, Jeff,
And then
I'm gonna hold up my sheet here. It's empty. It's all been crossed out because these motherfuckers.
It's a nice doodle.
So I feel like the problem is I'm getting every 80s cop movie confused, so I do not know who the captain is.
I was gonna ask, but I didn't want him to make fun of me for asking another question.
Is Paul Reiser in Lethal Weapon?
no, you're thinking of Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah,
son of a
Beverly
bitch.
So that was a question. That was your guess, though, right?
It was
that
my
wasn't-
guess.
All right. So
I
Paul
mean,
Reiser,
if you want to give me another one, it's not going to be any better.
who I feel is coming to the Falls View Casino maybe soon for.
What is he singing?
No, he's doing his stand-up. He's
Oh
doing
yeah,
his
that makes
stand-up.
more sense.
If you were
He's
gonna guess,
Paul
it,
Reiser was singing all your favorite hits from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I see him as like
Tell
a-
me why I love you like I no. So no, Paul Reiser was not their captain or a cop in that film. Alex, what's your final deep cut?
Does Eric Clapton make a cameo in Lethal Weapon?
Because
Doesn't he do something? Isn't there an Eric Clapton song in it? There's a lot of saxophone on that soundtrack.
there's no Eric Clapton cameos in this film. I don't know if there's Eric Clapton cameos in any film.
I don't
There
think
should
so.
be.
I think
So that's wow,
David Bowie.
big swings and hey man, it was a big swing. You might as well go big,
Sure.
right? Like that was okay. Sam,
Now that I took Eric Clapton off the board, what are you going to do?
I was hoping your guesses were going to be even more crazy, but they
Mine?
actually kind of made sense. No, Alex's. I was really hoping for something very humorous. But
I have a couple crazy guesses. If you want to let me guess more than one crazy guess, I don't think either one of them are going to be in any of the movies. I'm not even saying for what movie. I'm just going to
Okay.
throw it out there.
just throw it out there. Yeah, throw it out.
I want to say maybe, perhaps, Is the Wilhelm scream in one of these?
I mean, good try. It is not credited, but that's always a good poll because you know it's going to be worth some points. But there's not any Wilhelm scream. We talk about the Wilhelm scream all the time, right, Alex?
Yeah.
Yep, Sheb Woolley.
Sheb Woolley. Do you know what he's otherly famous and even more famous for?
Stunts?
No, he was a singer in the 50s. And you know when they would do those novelty songs that they kind of spoof,
What?
like, but in the 50s and 60s
Yeah,
they would
yeah,
do
yeah.
like
All the things Paul Reiser performs now.
No, but like
Obviously.
even in the Oscar
does.
Isaac's film, like Inside Llewellyn Davis, they do that. Hey, Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah.
So
Justin Timberlake and Adam Driver's song.
yes,
I can give you that cast.
Sheb Woolley wrote and sang the song "Purple People Eater."
Are you serious? I know that song. That's a very famous song.
Look it up. I'm not making it up. It's a real
We're
thing.
not allowed
He sang
to look
the-
it up.
And then he also did. He also did.
If we
the
can look
Purple
it up,
People
I'd have
Eater.
done better.
He also did
Agreed.
Purple People Eater Part 2 and the Purple People Eater meets Santa Claus.
There are sequels to this song?
Yeah, I don't think they're as good, Alex.
You don't think they're as good as the 10 out of 10 banger that is the
Yeah,
first
the
one?
one-eyed, one-horn flying Purple People Eater. No. Darren Oliver, you've won the game. But
Right.
the quest for 40. Do you have anything left? There is a star that is worth 2 points
Oh.
in one of these three films that nobody has said.
I'm out on Lethal Weapon and Total Recall. I'm
Really?
completely out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Okay.
guesses. Can we collectively find out?
Okay, I'll tell you. It's from Total Recall, which is a Verhoeven film, and this is a person that I believe famously their career blew up because of a Verhoeven film.
Peter Weller.
Are
Peter
we-
Weller's career never blew up. This person blew up. Like they were
Peter
the
Weller.
I don't want to say what sex they are, but let's just say sex had a big part of their career blowing up in this Paul Verhoeven film. No one?
Benedetta?
God, do you watch movies? Oh, okay. Anyway, Darren, anything? You got to remember Total Recall, right, Darren?
I remember Total Recall. I don't remember anyone from Total
Okay.
Recall.
He fights a girl. Do you remember? Like, so Total Recall, he can't remember who he is, and he's got fake memories implanted in his brain and such and such. And part of it is he thinks he's married to someone.
Darren's like, yeah, keep going.
And then
Yeah.
he fights them.
Is he married to the woman whose face opens up and then he's inside the face?
No,
that
no, it's not that. You remember that
Okay.
scene, but you don't remember.
I
the
remember
person-
that scene.
They're
Of
wearing
course.
like this like leotard outfit, and they kind of like put it over their arms, and like anyway, I'm not going to reenact it for you. But they're also famous for like a scene where they like. I'm trying to act it out for you, but I can't, kids. So Darren, what's your fun? Go ahead.
Is it Sharon Stone?
Sharon Stone.
Is she in Total Recall?
Oh
I
my
have no
God,
idea.
she's his wife,
You
and then
just-
she's actually turned out she's married to Michael Ironside.
Jeff,
I
are you
should-
sure?
I don't deserve those points because people who can't see this, Jeff showed me his crotch. So
That did happen.
that's how I knew it was
Yeah.
Sharon Stone. He did, so it's
She-
fake.
She was
And it
worth
was
2 points.
just as erotic as Basic Instinct, if not.
And I can't believe he's not
double.
wearing anything under that.
All right. Let me.
Wait,
Sorry. Go ahead, Sam.
before you reveal, I need to get a guess in on this whole. There's somebody still in 2 movies. Which 2 movies are you talking about?
It was Total Recall and Lethal Weapon. You were never ever gonna get it.
Wait, maybe it's a lady
Okay.
you were saying?
Sure. Yes, it's a lady.
Is it the same lady that you talk about all the time? She's in like a ton of 80s movies.
No, but Mary Ellen Trainor is in
Thank
Lethal
you.
Weapon. She is
Damn
the
it!
psychiatrist.
I almost guessed her, but I guessed Wilhelm Scream instead.
Yeah, Mary Ellen Trainor is the psychiatrist that thinks Murtaugh needs to come in for like some psychiatric help kind of thing. And she's always
How many
harassing
points
him.
would she
She's
have
in like all the films. She's in all of them. All right, so from Lethal
Murtaugh?
Weapon,
Riggs.
Riggs. Sorry, I
Yeah,
confused
I'm
her.
like,
How
Murtaugh
many
seems
points?
pretty grounded. He's got a family. He's about to retire.
You can remember whose name is which, but you can't remember anyone in that movie. That's
Yeah, they're in all 4 movies, guy.
It's
Okay.
Murtaugh who's sick of this shit.
Correct.
And
But
Riggs
how
is
many-
crazy.
Crazy Riggs.
She would
how
have been
many
worth
points would she have been?
14 points for Mary Ellen
That's
Trainor.
more points than I have.
Yeah, it is. All right. So from Lethal Weapon, you missed Mary Ellen Trainor. You missed the bad guy who burns Gary Busey's arm with the lighter, his name is Mitchell Ryan. He was also in Grosse Point Blank as Meanie Driver's dad, and he was not famously, but he was in like Dharma and Greg as, I think, Dharma's dad. So he's in like 130 episodes of Dharma and Greg. Danny Glover's wife is Darlene Love. She was a singer. She was in like a 50s band called The Blossoms and sang a lot with Elvis Presley and stuff like that. The girl who jumps off the building to start the movie, she's like a prostitute sex worker who jumps off the building. Her name was Jackie Swanson. Darren, you might remember her from Cheers. She was Kelly, Woody's fiance. He sings the song Kelly, Kelly. Why? Because you're anyway. Everybody's looking at me like, what are you talking about? Sven Ole Thorson, big guy from Gladiator. He's the main bad Gladiator. He's in Lethal Weapon. Al Leong from Die Hard. He's the guy that is torturing Riggs with the electric sponges. And then he's one of the bad guys in Die Hard. And then my favorite is this guy named Blackie Dammit. At the very beginning of Lethal Weapon, it starts with Riggs doing a drug dealer. They're like in some Christmas trees, and he's like, I want to buy the whole thing. And there's this guy with like long black hair. His name's Blackie Dammit. He is Anthony Kiedis' dad.
What?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh.
And I remember him as a kid being in this movie called National Lampoon's High School Reunion. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie. It was from like right after they did. What's the National Lampoon's? What's the first? It's,
Vacation?
No.
Animal
Before
House?
Vacation. Animal House. It was right after Animal House. They did this class reunion, and he's the killer in it. But you guys missed all those.
Spoilers.
The girl whose house gets blown up, her name is Dixie. In Lethal Weapon, she's a prostitute. Her house gets blown up. She's also in Total Recall as a sex worker. That would have been your double dip. The other good one is actor Robert Picardo.
Oh, yeah.
He is. You remember Johnny Cab in Total Recall? There's these cabs like, hey, I'm Johnny Cab, and it's like a robot that drives around. It's Robert
very
Picardo.
clear that I remember nothing from Total Recall.
It's him. It even looks like Robert Picardo. It's just his voice. Little Miss Sunshine. Another kind of Breaking Bad crossover is the actor Mel Rodriguez, who's in Better Call Saul as Bob Odenkirk's like buddy. They're running scams, and he dies in the alley the one time.
Wow.
One time he dies, but he's from Last Man on Earth and stuff like. He's the big heavy guy from Last Man on Earth. Mary Lynn Rajskub. Anybody? Mary Lynn Rajskub. She used to be on like Mr. Show. 24. She was what's her character on 24? She was like the bitchy, angry analyst on 24.
Oh yeah, Chloe.
She's in it. And then Wallace Langham from CSI. And then SpongeBob, Jill Taylor, who is Karen in SpongeBob, and is also related to married to Tom Kenny, who is SpongeBob SquarePants. But you guys did okay.
Darren did okay. Sam and I
did okay.
Present.
Yes, I think if we add them up, Sam with 10, Alex with 22, Darren with 40 would have beat both of you combined.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Darren. Darren,
I feel like
you've never
it
had
was
this
less
opportunity before.
Yeah, it was less of a win and more of a just not a great choice of movies for two brilliant people who are awesome at this game. And I know because I listen to the shows. I actually listen.
I don't know. Those are two really big movies, and if they can't get they couldn't even remember Sharon Stone, Darren.
That is true. Nobody could. You had to
Nobody
spoon
could.
feed Darren.
Yeah,
Your
well,
junk horrifyingly reminded me of
Yeah.
Sharon Stone.
Darren, you've never won before, so this is your first opportunity to suggest a future guest. Who do you think would make a good Deep Cuts the Game player?
Michael Ironsides? No.
Yeah.
We can't get him anymore. Jeff burned that bridge.
Yeah, he did.
No, not
If
Michael
he listens to nothing
Ironsides.
but just now, maybe.
Oh my gosh. I honestly I can't even name a celebrity right now. You put me on the spot. I did not think I'd have to actually tell me someone. Sam, quiet.
George Clooney. Just
George
Sharon
Clooney.
Stone.
Sharon Stone. Yeah.
Who did
George
it better?
Clooney, Paul Dano. Get Paul Dano on now. He's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
big.
Darren. I'll just make it happen. Just Paul Dano. Hey, you busy?
Riddler, Jeff, come
Hey,
on.
listen, don't disrespect me. I won.
Yeah.
You do as
Okay,
I say.
Sorry.
Yes.
That's not the prize. Respect is not the prize.
Oh,
Mhm.
I see.
Alex
If-
Young, quickly, what is your? So we did this last week. We did our Deep Cuts Hall of Fame nominee. And you did Beth Grant and James Hong, right?
Yeah.
You got anything for me this week? Who are you putting up there?
So I did joke at the beginning that we shouldn't mention her, but I do feel like I have to nominate Margot Martindale.
Margot Martindale. Yep. Fair enough.
And my male nominee, and I think you had mentioned him, but I don't know if we've submitted him formally, but it would be Stephen Tobolowsky. Because he is
Fair
in
enough.
so many things, sometimes even just as a voice. Like in Buried, he's just a voice.
That's right. Stephen Tobolowsky, if anyone's trying to think, he's the guy from Groundhog Day that he's Needlehead Ned who keeps bumping into Bill Murray on the street and steps into the watch that step, it's a doozy. And Margot Martindale, most famously for
Herself
Crap.
and BoJack Horseman as beloved character actress Margot Martindale.
but what else? She was in The Americans, I think, was a big one for her. And I think she might have been in The Leftovers too.
I didn't watch either of those shows.
Oh, they were both good. All right, Alex. So I'm gonna, because we mentioned her, I'm going with Mary Ellen Trainor, who was in Lethal Weapon. But you would also know her as the mom in Goonies. She's in Die Hard as one of the the reporter back at the station. She's in
Scrooged.
Forrest Gump. She's the mom in Monster Squad, and she's also in Scrooged. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, she's in Scrooge. And then my male nominee would be actor. And actually, I looked it up. I'm so sad. They both passed away in 2015. Both my nominees. Rick Dukeman, who was also in Groundhog Day. He's one of the drunks driving the car with Bill Murray. And Alex, you remember him from The Burbs. He is Tom Hanks's best friend.
Oh, like the other
Burbs.
guy.
The other guy, yeah. He's in Spaceballs. He's also in Die Hard. He's the guy who's like hooking up the electricity. They're like, hey, can you turn it back on? He's like, yeah, I can do that. Like, no lines whatsoever. And the reason I stumbled across him because he was in The Last Action Hero. And he's also in Little Monsters with Fred Savage. So there you go. Those are nominees. Darren Oliver, Little Farm, Big Dreams, huge hit on YouTube. Streams. You know what's going to suck though is like probably within a month you're going to have more views on Little. Not that it sucks.
I was
for
saying,
you.
why does that suck?
It
Yeah.
sucks for me. It's going to have more views than my podcast that I've been doing for one whole year.
Okay.
And you're going to
What's okay? I promise you.
you're going to have a
We
TLC deal by the end of the year.
If we get more views, I promise you sneaky advertisements for deep cuts for every show.
Yeah, I'll
Ooh.
send you a bunch of t-shirts.
Yeah,
And,
suddenly
yeah.
we're always wearing hats. There'll be a
QR
bobblehead
code
of Alex.
shaved into the side of cows.
I just said bobblehead of Alex, and now I really want a bobblehead of Alex.
Me too.
Is there anything else going on, Darren? What's up with you?
I've left a position that you were familiar with, Alex was familiar with, and I am now in the world of freelance video editing, and I have picked up a couple small projects. Looking forward to starting a freelance career as a video editor, and I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Cool.
It's what I love.
So yeah, I'll link Darren somewhere in this. So if you're looking for a freelance video editor, Darren
Yeah.
Oliver is available. I'm also available, and I'm cheaper, but
And
not
worse.
as good. Yes, I'm not as good, but significantly cheaper.
Jeff is cheaper, but you are getting what you pay for.
Exactly. Sam Barry, what's going on with you? Anything you want to promote?
Nope. Nothing's going on with me. I just got back from South Africa, and that was amazing. And now I have to work for possibly ever to pay everything off. So, yeah. I have nothing to promote. I think definitely I am going to be checking out Little Farm Big Dreams though, because I love watching anything exactly like what you said. So that sounds awesome. And I'll just be waiting in the dark closet, waiting for you to call me, and I'll be back whenever you allow me.
Yeah, I'm worried though that since she's on the episode, she won't listen to it, so our numbers are gonna like halve.
No, I'll listen to how terribly I disappointed my own self. Yeah.
It's okay. Darren will listen twice because he just loves his own voice, so it'll make up for the
Yes.
lack of listens from Sam.
I will listen to it and just feel horrible that I actually won this game. I am the least deserving person of a victory ever to have ever played this game.
Your first guess was 24 points. That's
You won
No.
with one guess, Darren.
Yeah.
My first guess was 12 points because
That's
I
true.
did not guess the other 12
But
points.
that still would have
I
beat
did
Sam.
not know the other 12.
Still would have beat me. That
In our whole year, Darren, you're the first winner to have survivor's guilt.
Yeah, you should be celebrating.
I just feel like this stuff matters to someone, and I don't want to take that away from people.
Nobody on
Winning
this show.
matters.
No,
Winning
no.
this matters.
There's a reason why I host and don't play, because I'd be so angry if I had lost to you. Like, I'd be furious. I'd be like, I can't believe I lost to this guy who didn't even know Dean Norris was in Total Recall, or that Sharon Stone was in Total Recall.
I just want us all to win.
Yes.
That's a different thing. This isn't a socialist game, Sam.
Alex Young, what are we promoting for you tonight, bud?
Oh, Jeff, what aren't we promoting for me? How much time do I have? I need
A
none.
minute and 39 seconds.
Great. I mean, you can find me on Letterboxd and Goodreads and Blue Sky and everything as the Alex Young. We can also support your local rep cinema and anywhere you buy your movies. I know the review is doing Raging Bull on the May 15th or 17th, where I will be there. So if you're there, come say hi. I'm the guy with cartoon anime hair, as Jeff likes to describe it. And that is half sold out, so get your tickets now.
That sounds
Otherwise, that's it. That's all I got.
Cool.
Alex, when is Rep Cinema bobblehead day? Because I really want to get your bobblehead.
You're thinking of the Blue Jays, Darren. They're the only ones that do the bobbleheads. Although that does seem appealing. If I have to go to a sports game, I at least want like swag.
I just think it would be so good.
I think you can make a bobblehead.
I think you can.
Jeff, can
I
that
don't
be the
think
next round of merch you make? I know you did like phone cases and t-shirts for yourself only. Can you then make bobbleheads
I
of
would
me?
like a t-shirt.
Listen, I'm
Good.
looking at something. Someone's reached out to me with like a website where you can do a bunch of stuff all in one. Because Alex is like, we need a website. And I was like, I need time in my life to be able to do
You
that.
only have time.
You have way more time than I do.
I don't know
You
if
should
that's
make the website. Yeah, you do. You do. Have you sent me an outro, Alex?
I wrote it, but I haven't sent it to you.
Okay.
I'm sending it right now. But I'll give you your direction, Jeff, because we were talking about stunts off the top. I was thinking about Point Break earlier.
Okay.
So I wrote you one that is best read as just like the surferist surf voice that you can do. Like
All right.
very stereotypical, like California.
I'm going to channel my Sean Penn Fast Times at Ridgemount High. I think
Yeah,
that's
that seems
the
about
only
right.
direction I can kind of go.
The Californians.
The
Yeah, I can't do
Californians,
that.
that's right.
I can't do that. That's not right. All right. Man, I love when you use words that I'm not familiar. Like, I understand their words.
I did
but
so much research on
Yeah.
like surfer slang, and I used it 80% correctly.
Mhm. All right, Shredders and Betties, that's a wrap on another epic sesh of Stoke Talk. Hope you were vibing with the flow. Keep those sticks slick and the grommets stoked, and your eyes on the horizon. Hang 10 with deep cuts, whatever gnarly service you get your potties from. Don't be a kook, stay salty, and we'll catch you on the next Indio High Tide. All the best from Deep Cuts. I'm Jeff. That was Alex, Darren, and Sam. We'll see you all next week. Thanks. Bye.
Nailed it, Jeff.
Wow.
Amazing.